All right. You start it?
Yeah, I did
Okay.
start it.
What?
I did start it.
Okay. Okay, we're going to be making an easy orzo chicken and spinach pasta with tomatoes in there. So you're first going to need orzo. You're going to need some chicken. I have some thighs cut up here. We have cherry tomatoes that I've halved. And we also have frozen spinach. In addition, you're also going to need some sort of olive oil, chicken base, butter, and heavy cream. So to prepare the chicken thighs, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take some and we're just gonna quarter them into nice bite-sized pieces. Chicken thighs here. And then we're gonna have those and we're gonna dust them with flour. We can toss them in the flour a bit. We just want to get them lightly floured, so that way we get like a little bit of a roux going with our sauce when we throw them in there. And then we have our seasonings. We have salt and pepper in here, and we also have Italian seasoning. We're just gonna, again, spread that throughout. Like a generous pinch in here. We're just gonna toss it in there, get them nice and seasoned well. What we're going to do is we're going to start on the pasta. We're gonna start with some salt. We're gonna make sure to salt our pasta water.
Show the hand.
We're gonna salt it very generously. We're gonna do a lot in there because we want our pasta water to be salty, because that is just gonna stick to the pasta and give it more flavor. So now we're gonna turn this up a little bit actually. Now that we do that, we have our orzo here. Back up, Michael. We're gonna get our orzo open and we're just going to just pour it all in here. I'm feeding my family tonight, so I just need to dump that all in there. And we're just gonna let that cook for a bit. We're gonna turn up the water a little bit, turn up the heat, gonna get that covered. We're gonna come back when that's all ready. Now that that's going, we can start on our sauce. We're gonna get the pan hot here. Is this? Yeah, that's this one. That's probably good. It's gonna take a second to warm up. It's an electric oven. But what we're just gonna have is our butter here. Gonna get that to start melting. This might take a bit, so we're just gonna lightly cover the pan here, get this melting. And we're just gonna have that melt in there. And then once that is fully melted, we're gonna add our tomatoes and our garlic. So we're just gonna wait. We're gonna add some garlic in here. This has been pre-roasted. You don't need to have it pre-roasted, but we're just gonna add that in there. Get that going. I like my pasta garlicky, so I'm gonna add a little bit extra. Yeah, we're gonna just have this cooking. And it's gonna take a second for the tomatoes to blister. We just kind of have to be patient with that. But once we add the tomatoes, we're gonna, once the tomatoes are ready, we're gonna add the chicken, get that searing, and then the spinach. Okay, now that our tomatoes have cooked for a little bit, we're gonna start adding some of our chicken in here. Might do this. I'm just gonna start laying them in here. And once we get a nice sear on these, we're going to add our spinach, making sure that we're also going to add some water once we did that as well. Okay, now that these have started to cook for a little bit, we're going to flip them. I would recommend tongs. Tongs are nice and easy. We're just going to make sure they get cooked evenly on both sides. And then once they've gotten a sear, we're gonna add our spinach. Okay, now that the chicken has gotten a sear on both sides, we're going to add our spinach. This is just simple frozen spinach. You can add really a lot because it's gonna cook down a good amount. We're just going to, got a spoon here. We're just gonna stir that throughout. Also, because it's frozen, it's gonna provide a little bit of liquid. I might even add a little bit more once it's ready. Okay, so then now that the spinach is cooked down a little bit, we can add our chicken base. This is just gonna give extra chicken flavor for what is already a lot of chicken, actually, but it's okay. Chicken base is really nice for a lot of sauces. It has like an infinite lifespan too, so you can kind of just have this in your fridge, use it whenever. I also added some water in the meantime, just to like get the sauce kind of going. Now we're gonna stir that in a little bit, get the sauce nice and ready. Okay, so now that we moved pots because our pan was losing some space. Now that we have our sauce cooking, I added some more water too. You just kind of want enough to like cover the stuff, so that way our chicken gets nice and cooked. So now we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup, I'd say, of heavy cream. I'm gonna pour that in there. We're gonna do a little bit more. And we're just gonna stir that in, thicken the sauce a little bit. And that's gonna be really good. And now that that's kind of going, we can kind of add our orzo back to the sauce. And maybe that orzo will suck in some water, I don't know. But it's gonna be really good. Okay, now we've added back our orzo, and this is looking really good. We're gonna let this sit for a little bit, like the chicken to fully cook. 165 is the temperature, the magic number for chicken. You wanna make sure it's cooked up to that, or else you're gonna get salmonella. And so we're just gonna, but we don't have a meat thermometer here, so we're just gonna let this sit for a little bit. And yeah, we should be all ready to plate and taste soon. Okay, we have my 11-year-old brother here. He's gonna be trying it.
Hi.
He was also the cameraman, so just give your thoughts, Michael.
All right. So good. So buttery and creamy. Brings tears to my eyes.
Try the chicken.
Okay. The chicken. Just so good. It really reminds me of my younger days as a 4-year-old.
Thank you, Michael.